Hi, guys. My name is Crystal,
And I'm Maddie.
and this is Mystery Sisters.
This is our gonna be our podcast to talk about true crimes and all that jazz about what's going on in this world because world's gone down.
It's definitely a deep, dark black hole.
Um, we are two sisters who have been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. And what do we do, Crystal?
We can't regulate our emotions, and so apparently we find enjoyment learning about, other dark, twisted stuff.
I guess that's basically what goes in our brain.
Yeah, well, when it comes to borderline, we have black and white thinking, but when it comes to true crime, how somebody could commit something so horrendous and horrible kind of goes deeper than that, and it kind of makes you think.
It makes you really think about like what makes someone like snap, I guess. Like you just want I don't know, it's like hard to explain to without disrespecting so many people in a way, I guess.
Well,
Because like
I'm
even when it comes to us like having borderline personality disorder, we like in our brains, I don't think we'll ever snap. I mean, we won't.
Well, it's because we know ourselves, but the thing that bothers me the most, because I'm super obsessed with the show Deadly Women, and a lot of the times they sit there and talk about women who actually have BPD, and they make it seem like we're automatically going to snap just because we have a mental illness. I mean, we do have rage episodes.
Yeah, we can get mad very easily. Like just one small thing can actually make us like I guess overreact and like make us really angry, I guess, in a way. I don't know. It's like really hard for me to explain because like I think that literally like small things make me so irritable. Like I like at work, I'm always so irritable.
Well, that is kind of a big concept when it comes to our brains, though, because to us, it's not small things. To us, it's everything. But as much as we are into this stuff, I don't think I could actually get to that point, except for maybe for my kids.
Oh yeah, when it comes to my daughter, mm, man, you would see me on headline news.
That person's going to be on 48 hours or missing in 48. What is that show called?
I don't even know what show you're talking about because
You
honest,
know what? Honestly, we would end up on Snapped.
it's two sisters gone to jail for a murderous rampage over daughter being bullied.
That kid looked at my kid weird. It was on like Donkey Kong.
Speaking of which, actually, because this is our first session and our first podcast, we would like to obviously we're gonna have more about true crime, but this first one is very special because this is our starting and we are introducing ourselves so you guys can get to know us.
Yeah. So as you guys are already well aware, we are sisters. I am the older sister. Um, we have a almost a 9-year age gap, but she is my best friend in the entire world, even though she can, annoy the crap out of me. Even though I love you.
And I love you, and you annoy the crap out of me sometimes.
That's just the way we roll. Um, so as we established, we both have kids. I have a total of five that call me mom, but two of them are adopted. One of them is now 18, and my youngest adopted one is 5. And then I've got three that are my biological children. So, my life is crazy and it's kind of a miraculous thing that I have not ended up on any of these true crime shows yet.
And obviously, you guys know I have a child as well. I have an almost 4-year-old actually. To this year right now, she will be turning 4. She is smart as can be. She is my whole world. She's a little sassy, just like her auntie, not me.
Yeah, yeah, she is. We've already got plans, me and that kid.
They're already plotting against me. They did last night, actually.
It was great.
And also speaking of which, because of the whole 9-year age gap, um, obviously for our viewers to know that we have borderline personality disorder. I only just recently got diagnosed with it last year, 2023. So it hasn't even been a whole year. It's been, I think, since I think August, but Crystal has been diagnosed with it longer than I have.
Yeah, I first got diagnosed back between 2011, 2012 is when they first kind of suspected it. It was more in 2012 that I found out, hey, I have this. And it kind of explained a lot about the way I behave. And it's something I'm still, even to this day, working on. And it's hard.
And it's like it's funny though because like when we talk about it now, it's like, oh my God, it makes so much sense. Like our emotions and why we have like different scenarios in our head and why we feel the way we feel, or you know, why we having like different episodes and all this stuff. It's like it makes so much sense. And when you try to explain it to other people, it's so hard to explain it to them because then you get called crazy. And that's what we like to call ourselves, is crazy, because at first, before we even got diagnosed, we're like, we're just the crazy sisters.
Yeah. Yeah, I do embrace my crazy side now, but to the not to the point that, I want to snap. I'm still working on things. It does take time, and just like with our podcast, as you can tell, we are amateurs. We are just starting, and we appreciate any of your support as we slowly grow and learn how to do this, because we are over 600 miles apart from each other, but I wouldn't want to do this with anybody else.
Yeah, I don't want to do it with anyone else. We always talk about it. Me and her, we always like, I'll call her randomly and then we'll stay on the phone, video chatting or whatever, and we'll just do our
For
own thing.
hours.
Yeah, like we'll be on the phone for like 6 to 8 hours a day sometimes. And like, we'll just like, I don't know, like I'll get up and leave and she won't hang up on me. I'll be gone for like minutes, like I don't even know, like 10, 30 minutes or so, like doing my own thing, and she'll just get up and leave too. But we'll just stay on the phone and talk to each other, or just like basically like a company thing because we're just so far apart.
Yeah, and like I've mentioned before, she is my best friend, and the one thing we have in common besides our borderline is the fact that we're so obsessed with true crime, and we get into these debates off and on about certain things. And because I have, been into it so much longer than she has, she'll bring up a conversation or like a topic, and then I'll bring up my opinions and also state some facts. And then she'll be like, well, I heard this. And we get into these discussions, but we can do it without, hating each other, which I think is so great.
We do disagree a lot, and I can't wait for future episodes to come out because I think that either we'll be screaming at each other with how we both think we sound stupid, because I think she sounds stupid in one of these arguments, and it's going to be a very, very special or good, what am I trying to say? A good episode segment, a special, basically.
Yeah, we have a special planned already, because it's a conversation we've had more than once actually, which is what made us want to do this. Because we would keep getting into these deep discussions, and we both would be like, why do we have a podcast already? Like, why haven't we done this? So
I
here we
think
are.
I think the number one thing that was stopping us obviously was time, money, and the fact that we are miles apart, that we didn't even know how to set this up. And then after our debate on one of these topics we were definitely excited to talk about, it's we started Googling like how to do this. What are we gonna use? Like
Yeah, I don't think I've ever worked on anything this hard besides my job and parenting ever. Because I was like,
honestly.
I've been doing so much homework in the last, like, what we decided a week ago now about
Yeah.
this. And I've done nothing. Like, even while I'm at work, if it's slow at work, I'm sitting there, I'm searching stuff. I'm like trying to get into it. I'm like, we're gonna do this.
Like we're actually making this happen. Like we are like uh, we're so excited for you guys to be able to hear us and to like for us to talk about it in a way because yeah, definitely we know that it definitely takes a lot of time and effort to put it into it, especially when you're just starting out as amateurs. Like we don't know what we're doing. We're so nervous about this.
Yeah, you guys don't want to know how many times it took us to just do this. And this is just us talking about ourselves. That's how horrible this is.
That's lit. Yeah, yeah. Especially because we both have anxiety. We both don't like talking, like unless it's to each other. Like we just definitely don't like talking as much. Like we because stuttering,
I-
obviously, as you can tell, I'm stuttering.
I've always said that we needed our own reality show because if cameras were just following us around while we just talk to each other, we would be great. But we don't know anybody who would just follow us around to get us famous enough to do that. So, this is the next best thing.
Or you're just gonna see our avatars and talk to you. And don't worry, we do plan on future upgrades.
Yeah, this is just a starting point for us right now. So we hope you understand.
I mean, I think we look cute.
And if there's anything you guys ever want to know about us, obviously, of course, in future, things we can do a Q&A. We would be happy to answer questions.
Yeah, I think we're gonna like separate a lot from I like Q&As and do segments of like different crime stories and or real world stuff or conspiracies, like all that stuff. Um, just to keep our minds healthy because definitely when you are researching a lot, and I mean a lot of
Dark.
documents, like dark stuff, yeah, dark stuff. Like it messes with a person's mind. Not like in a bad way. It's just like especially with a mental disorder, it drains you a lot.
It really has. Like I have noticed a change because, I was the one doing research this past week and it has hit me differently because like I would just chill in my bed and watch documentaries or listen to other podcasts, no problem. But when you're sitting there deep diving and researching different things, what to make us stand out more, what is not well known, that right there, it's put my mind in a very different place. But I mean, I don't regret it, and I'm still happy and very excited to do this.
Yeah. Especially because we definitely want to stand out more to you guys. Um we're gonna try to I mean do the famous ones obviously, but even with the famous ones we're gonna try to find something that is definitely not talked about when it comes to them. And then we're gonna talk about, conspiracies. I mean, I'm definitely down to talk about some conspiracies about celebrities because even then I was deep down diving into my own celebrity conspiracy theories right now while she was doing the homework for our next segment.
Yeah, but the other difference is that fact we are going to discuss with each other, our own views because even though these are facts, we're going to tell you guys like why we feel a certain way and, you know, kind of bounce ideas. So Feel free to comment or even our email. We're going to have our email posted. You can send us to our joint email that, you know, your own things if you would like to stay anonymous or want us to answer questions about why we feel the way we feel about something. We would definitely be okay with doing a, like I said, a Q&A or an update on a past segment about why I said what I said, because I already know that Crystal's going to get herself in trouble.
Yeah, I do. I'm excited for you guys to be a part of it as well because we definitely like to hear other people's opinions, not just, our own. Where you guys can like send it in to us and you obviously keep it anonymous and just let us know in the email and then we'll just be like, oh, this person, probably agrees with Crystal because of these reasons and all this stuff. And I like how we are beating up Crystal because she knows what segment I'm talking about, man.
I'm gonna have people on my side. You're just jealous.
No, no. Even then, I was talking to people at my work about why we're starting this too, and I told them about the whole argument, and they were like, what?"
You're wrong. I'm right. It's fine.
Oh,
I,
okay.
I was born first.
Oh my God, we're going there. We're gonna pull that card. We're gonna pull that card.
I was born first. I'm the leader. It's fine.
Um, I do also right now, since we are introducing ourselves, I would like to at least dive a little bit more into borderline personality disorder to help viewers know what it means, or I guess help them understand. We can
Okay.
talk about that.
So with borderline, we can't regulate our emotions. Everything is literally black and white thinking. It's either right or wrong, but it's right or wrong in our minds. It's what our minds create, and it kind of creates this fantasy world basically that if things are not going in that fantasy world way, then it's falling apart is the best way to describe it. Or like my boyfriend has mentioned numerous times, um, instead of asking for matches for a fire or something, now I can't remember what he says, but something to that extent, he tells me that I like to pour the gasoline, like, and I laugh about it. And not literally, but figuratively, I keep setting more and more gasoline to the fire and I basically watch everything burn. And then once it's all gone and destroyed, I feel horrible.
Yeah, I think Crystal is the best way to explain. I'm still learning it myself. I know that before she even got diagnosed with this, when she told me uh about it, it was like it made a lot more sense than because I think what they wrongly diagnosed you with bipolar, right?
Yeah, I was wrongly diagnosed with bipolar for years and I tried, I think like four different bipolar medications and ev everyone was worse than the one before. And I could not understand. Like I was taking them at the exact same time every single day, like clockwork. I had alarms set. I never missed a dose, but I never felt better ever. And it's kind of like so our relationship is actually a good way to explain it. So with me, if or with a lot of borderlines, but my borderline specifically, if it's not right in front of my face, I don't believe it. So you could tell me you love me, but the second that you're not right in front of me, or like when I see you hanging out with like your friends, or we're not talking as much as we used to, like, like let's say we went from talking for like 4 days straight, nonstop, or texting at least once a day, and then all of a sudden you stopped. I would be like, oh, my sister hates me. She's mad at me. What did I do? Even though I know deep down you love me, but because you're not actually like in front of me doing the same thing that you did yesterday, I think that you don't love me anymore.
Yeah, that makes like a lot of sense because definitely we need a lot of reinsurance. Um, if that best puts it. a lot.
Unre
Like,
unrealistic reassurance, though, is what I'm saying. Because, like I said, like let's say you're busy tomorrow and you don't text me. Let's say you only send me Snapchat streaks. I will go nuts thinking that you're upset with me, even though logically I know that we can't be talking literally 24/7. We're both adults, we have our own lives. But I'd be like, hey, me and Maddie's been talking for 2 days straight, and now she's not talking to me at all. What did I do wrong?
that
Like
makes sense.
has to be like in my face all the time, or I forget. Like I don't think it exists, which is why I think I'm also so obsessed with everything that I like my documentaries and stuff because I could rewatch the same story about the same person multiple times on different, you know, different angles and views, but I still basically the same person because I know what to expect. Like I know how it's going to end. It's not going to change for me. Even though I might learn a little bit of new information, it's still going to be the same. Consistency. I love consistency. That's my biggest thing.
Consistency, yes, it's my biggest thing because a lot of like when my friends right now, I've had a very, 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 very bad past year. 2023 was not my best friend. Um, it was hard for me to even like try to rekindle friendships, even with my bestest friends that have been by my side and understand me and ne like just never ever made me feel like I was in the wrong. It was so even hard for me to even try to just rekindle that that relationship with them. And and like I basically for me when it comes to certain borderline personality disorder on my end, I know that when I ask the same question a lot and it gets annoying because I know that I need that reassurance in my life because for like some re like I got obviously bullying will happen with kids and everything, but with me it's like I got bullied and then or got called certain names and then I just never ever felt enough for anyone. So when I just didn't feel enough for, when it came to my past significant other, I always like when I was with them, I was like, do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Like it would always just be like that question. It's like obviously I knew that they loved me, but in my mind it's like, do they actually love me or are they just using me? You know?
Oh yeah, all the time. I feel that. Is so like with my current person, everybody, like literally everybody who knows us or, kn knows him longer than they've known me has told me that he doesn't actually love me. He's never going to actually be with me. Um, I'm just a fling. Da 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 da. Like, and it really gets in your head a lot of the time. And I have used it, it's been a core of a lot of our fights. I'm always like, hey, this is what's going on. This is what's being said. I'm being told you're cheating on me. You're being told that you're not actually here with me. And which is really weird because literally everybody else knows we are together. But yet I let the little voices get to me. And because we don't live together, and I actually don't see him a whole lot. Most of our relationship is talking on the phone, like texting. I'm always like, well, does he actually love me? Oh no, he's texting me differently. Like he's not calling me pet names. He's being short with me.
Oh yeah, yeah, yep. Those are big ones, especially when
And
they change it up on you. It's like, what did I
but
do?
the worst part is that with his work schedule and his sleep schedule, a lot of the time it's because he's overtired or, and I'm sitting there thinking, what did I do wrong? Even though deep down I know that's not logical. Deep down I know he's tired. He doesn't have the energy to be texting me. And instead of being understanding, I turn it into World War III.
My sister, y'all, she's gonna be the starting of World War Three.
Bet y'all didn't know it was gonna start in Utah.
Arizona will be next.
Oh
I'll
yeah,
be
because
the
I'm
next.
I'm coming for you.
Hey now. You don't need to come for me. I can make my own world, my own war.
No, I need you to join my team.
Oh my God.
But we hope that, understanding the fact that we both have the same mental illness, we are hoping that it will break the barriers and the stereotypes when it comes to borderline because there are a lot of things that me and Maddie actually disagree on. There's a lot of things that
Yep.
we don't view the same way. And the problem is a lot of people automatically hear that, oh, you have this, so that means you're just like everybody else who has it. But that's not true.
No,
But the
we both have different experiences.
But the reason why I'm comfortable with doing this with her is because, like we said before, we are going to be debating a lot of these cases, and we don't always see eye to eye when it comes to it, but we can do it without, unaliving each other or, never speaking again because it is just healthy debates. But if I was to have the same healthy debate with somebody else, I would take it more personally. Because with Maddie, I have more of a relationship, a connection, an understanding where as some other random person, I'd be like, hey, now
You're like,
we're
hold
we're,
up.
we're gonna have problems.
Like, don't make me angry right now.
She Hulk's gonna come out. Hulk smash.
Oh my God.
But we hope this helps you understand, a little bit more about us, and hopefully it will get you excited for, the stuff we're gonna talk about because this is just how we are. Like we're
This is literally
we're
how we talk to each other.
we
Like,
yeah, this is not a podcast thing. This is literally how we talk to each other. I actually, so even though we have our avatars up right now, I have her on my phone. I can see her facial expressions. I can see her face. And this is literally how we talk to each other.
I'm pretty sure we'll still be on the phone after we get off of this.
Oh yeah,
So,
there's probably a very high chance we are not going to hang up on each other. We're just going to end the podcast, but me and her are still going to be talking exactly the way we are right now.
yep. So, with that being said, we are gonna keep at least this one short because it's just you gotta or you're getting a good chance to know us in the beginning.
We're hoping
And
this shows our personalities.
and you will get to know us more, especially because we will be posting when we want the Q&As or when we plan on doing the Q&As, I meant. Um, and with that being said, do you want to announce what is going to be our first episode, our first actual true crime episode?
So, yes. So we are going to start with I'm pretty sure you guys can all guess it because it is the biggest story of 2024 so far. We are going to be talking about Gypsy Rose. And I'm I found a lot of stuff from her past and it is going to lead up to also her prison release because her prison release is pretty well known that I think the actual event kind of gets overshadowed. So we are going to be talking a lot about that. And yeah, we will let you guys know when we have a chance to go live. So, please share us with everybody you can think of who will enjoy our banter and we'll go live and we will answer any questions about us. And if you guys have any ideas about who you want us to cover, let us know.
And so right now, while we're still learning to do live for you guys, our first episode will be we're gonna share it all over, obviously. But if you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and share it with all your friends, all your family, anyone who you think might be interested in our podcast and why it's so unique out of a lot of other ones too. Um, I believe our first episode will be aired Saturday.
Yes, it's going to be on Saturday.
So we're gonna keep it to a schedule. We will be posting
Weekly.
I weekly every Saturday. And obviously if something does come up, we would let you guys know.
Yeah, if something does come up, obviously, hopefully, so we are going to record beforehand and eventually it will get posted. Just obviously, stuff happens, things occur. We do have children,
Hmm.
but we are going to try to make this as on schedule as we possibly can. So, 'cause especially if you guys get really excited to hear us, and also if you guys are really into TikTok, I'm heavily into TikTok, so I will make sure to post all of our socials, and you can get to know us a lot. You know, you can get to know a person based off of their social appearance. So I'm really excited to do this, and hopefully you get to see our side of things.
I'm excited too. I can't wait for future on segments to where people will probably just think we're crazy and don't even know what we're talking about half the time.
And even if that's the case, if there's only a handful of you who enjoy us, at least this is actually pretty therapeutic for me. So I don't know about you, but
I think it's very therapeutic because even then speaking to my counselor, I can only write for so long and not feel anything, if that makes sense. Like I have to, like, I don't have to, but even then, like when I'm journaling, it's hard for me to even stay journaling. And I like try to keep that on daily, but I can't. I can't. I am such a flake. And I feel like with me doing this with my sister, I won't be a flake to her because even then I am sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I'm sometimes a flake with my doctors. And I warned them ahead of time. I'm like, I cannot commit. I seriously cannot commit. And they're
yeah,
like, we are so proud of you for seeing you on your schedules and blah blah blah. And even then, like I missed out on one or two seeing them, and I come back and they're like, "What happened?" I told you I can't commit.
yeah. So Maddie's the one person that I literally will drop what whatever it is to answer her call. If it is something involving the kids, I will answer her call. I'll be like, hold up, give me 1 second. I'm dealing with the kids. And she'll just stand there and she'll wait. And I think this is something that will be really good for us because, like I've said before, consistency is key and it's something we both enjoy and something that we're both very knowledgeable about because we've been into this for a very, very long time. And we're so excited to share our views on things with you guys. And we hope that you enjoy it.
Yes. Oh, and also another thing that our viewers probably don't know is that sometimes, and when I mean that, when we all call each other, we also make plans to watch a movie together at the same time on call.
Yeah, we do. I think my daughter right now is actually waiting for us to end this video so that me and her can watch Friday the 13th still, and then Maddie's gonna be on video with me probably that whole time and making comments like she does.
I make my own comments. I will also be doing my own thing as well because I have something else planned that I need to set up and get started on. Because I feel like with that this being consistent, I feel like my other job I can try to be consistent with and actually keep up on that.
I
Because
believe in you.
I don't believe in myself. I don't commit.
I believe in you for the both of us. All right, guys. So until next time, just make sure you stay safe out there and always watch your surroundings. That's all I'm gonna say.
And tune in on Saturday for our first official true crime podcast. And thank you so much for watching.
Bye.
Bye.